like to think about what the world is going to be like. But 100 years into the future, what do we want Mauritius to look like? Without nature, we become lesser human beings. We really do need to have beautiful things around us and natural things around us. Every individual on this world can make a difference, and we can go out there and we can actually achieve our dreams. And this pair have a second brood. This is one of the latest chicks we've ever had. So if you can bring it down, we can then have a closer look at it.
Carl is a natural philosopher. He's a biologist, he's a sociologist.
Yeah!
He's able to draw on his innate understanding about how systems work, how human systems work. We end up with influences that are not just affecting a few species on Mauritius, but are starting to influence the whole world.
Wow, isn't that just beautiful?
He's done all the field work. He's encountered all the problems, seeing how you can change things. It's just what drives him. It's completely innate.
From an early age, Carl Jones seemed to be hardwired to help animals thrive. Born and raised in Wales, Jones's backyard became his own private zoo.
I had so many animals in my back garden that I had to play truant to be able to look after them. And I used to slip home early so that I could look after my birds.
Carl's mum would have to go through his pockets picking out slugs and snails, and from a fairly early age, people brought him injured animals.
One of Jones's early heroes was legendary wildlife author Jerry Durrell, who pioneered the captive breeding techniques Jones had practiced at home. While he was still a graduate student, Durrell's Wildlife Conservation Trust hired Jones to run a project on the tiny East African island of Mauritius. The island's ecosystems were reeling from centuries of human intervention. Where most saw a lost cause, Jones saw a possibility.
And then one day I heard about the plight of the Mauritius kestrel, which in 1974 was the world's rarest bird. Only 4 individuals were left. And I thought, I can save that. I know how to breed kestrels.
Eminent scientists, particularly around the kestrel, they were saying, don't do this species, it's a species without hope.
Jones painstakingly reared the last pair of kestrel eggs on the island back from the brink. It worked. Populations began to rebound. Today, the kestrel is thriving and breeding in the wild. Jones has since been credited with saving more than a dozen bird, mammal, and reptile species. But he realized simply saving species was not enough. In the long run, wildlife doesn't have a chance without a healthy home.
So what we're doing is restoring the island. 2 beautiful blue eggs.
35 years ago, they found barren islands, devoid of species.
This is where we've been releasing seabirds. This is a white-tailed tropic bird. And in some cases where there's missing species, such as the giant tortoises, we bring back ecological replacements, extant species that can fulfill the role of the extinct ones.
We look at islands that are now teeming with life, which is absolutely incredible.
Oh, look, there's some tortoises here. Oh, and one of them's Big Daddy. We don't know how old Big Daddy is, but he's clearly well over 100 years old.
Carl's work with the kestrel resulted in creations of Mauritius' first national park. We have not only species being recovered, but now whole systems being recovered.
After over 40 years of work on the island, Jones's model for sustainable conservation is a success story from which the rest of the world has taken note.
Ah, here we are. Oh, look, there's a bird there. So you're going to go up and have a look?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
And so this is the great legacy of Carl. We have people that come from all the corners of the world who then are seeding these ideas and actually getting them these ideas to grow elsewhere.
Carl has inspired a lot of Mauritians, and he always tells us that conservation takes decades, takes time to achieve, but he does keep to it, and he makes us all believe that we will.
Carl Jones has spent the best years of his life working toward the safeguarding of our biodiversity. And so we're grateful to have been a country that has turned back. We have positive things to show for. We owe a lot of credit to the work of Carl.
He's achieved what most people would stand back and say is impossible, to be able to say that that person has actually saved a number of species.
I lived in Mauritius for 20 years, and a lot of people say to me, why have you come back to Wales? Well, it's my home, and it's where I feel really comfortable. I didn't become a dad until quite late in life. I've become a very different person since I've had my children. It's tremendous to see them grow up, getting the same delight that I get from the natural world.
He's got a bit more time to spend with the kids, watching them just like he does the birds. I think the more he talks, the more he inspires, and it's something for them to take on. Huge pride in what he's done for the future.